There we go. Shalom, shalom, everybody. Shalom, shalom,
Hey,
shalom, shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom. Let me put this in the group chat real quick.
Welcome back for another one.
Hold up. Give me 1 second. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Lord willing, everybody having the blessed Sabbath. All praises to the Most High. In the name of Yahweh Shah for seeing another Sabbath. Hey, before we start, is my audio good?
Yeah, yeah, come.
All praises. All praises to the Most High. So, obviously, I'm pretty sure most of us know what's going on these past few days. So we just going to touch on it a little bit. It's not going to be too long because I'm pretty sure everything has already been said that has been said already. So we just going to touch on that from a different angle. Actually, we're going to talk about it from a different perspective. Because obviously we are in some exciting times. So it's getting crazy, Israel. It's getting crazy. So we're gonna start in a second. Mm. Ze'ev Yasha'Allah, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. It's crazy. What a time to be alive, right? What
That's
a
what they
time to
saying.
be alive. Prophecies unfolding, things heating up. The state of humanity is declining. People going crazy. Nations rising up. Economy collapsing. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. But these things Yahweh Shah definitely did talk about, and he warned us and gave us these things for a sign. For those of us that's watching to be aware and to be alert, because 95% of the world have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna say
Uh,
that 95% of the world is completely in the dark, in the lost, just have not a clue. And then you have another 3% that see what's going on, and don't care.
mm-hmm.
You know, so it's only that small remnant that's really taking heed and is going to pay attention to. Sama Solo, Shalom, Sister Shalom,
Hey,
Shalom.
Shalom.
So we're going to start in a minute, give it a
Uh,
time for people to join in. Hey, if
and we
y'all
gonna
can, like it, share it, subscribe,
uh,
trying to get this out more, get the channel out more. Um, because yeah, YouTube play with the algorithm and things like that. So it's all good. But Russia and Ukraine, right? It's crazy. Russia
uh,
and Ukraine are acting up, or Russia acting up. I'm gonna say Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin's on something else,
hey,
ain't it?
hey, look, or are they?
Exactly. Or
Are
are
they
they?
acting up? You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we get started, we gonna get started in Matthew 4:24 too.
Yeah.
Start off, jump off with that joint.
God.
So so y'all be ready, whoever's there, so y'all can be ready when we do. But it's a lot of questions. It's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of question marks. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Is this World War III? Is this the end? Is this about it? Is this about Ukraine joining back with the Soviet Union? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? These questions are about to get answered for y'all. And I'm sure there's some other questions too, because there's a lot of people saying some things. A lot of people saying the same, they regurgitating the same rhetoric.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You've been hearing it a lot. So, we're
Yeah.
gonna get into that today. And yeah, yeah. Let y'all know what's going on out here, out here in
Con.
these streets. You're
Con.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
with that being said, let me go ahead and share my screen real quick for the family. Let me see,
Uh,
because I do have this article up. I'm pretty sure you can just type Russian Ukraine, you'll find anything. Because they still updating every other minute. It's ridiculous.
uh,
So I tried to find the ones that was put out when it first jumped off. So let's go and do this
hey,
real quick because those tend to be the most accurate. Uh, let's do this. Share. Can y'all see this?
Not
Okay,
just coming up. We see your screen inside of a bunch of other screens. You know how it
okay.
be.
So y'all can see it, right?
There you go.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
All right. So for those who don't know, we're going to read this real quick. It says Russia attacks Ukraine as defiant Putin warns U.S. NATO. So let's jump down, right? This right here, published on February 23rd, 2022 at 4:11 in the morning. So check it out. It says Russian troops launched a wide-ranging attack on Ukraine on Thursday as President Vladimir Putin cast aside international condemnation and sanctions and warned other countries that any attempt to interfere will lead to consequences you have never seen. So, time out really quick. You have Vladimir Putin ready for the smoke, essentially. So, he's launching an attack on Ukraine and he's ready for any smoke of any allies that get involved. And that can be heavy
Uh-huh.
because by him saying that, this could lead to a whole World War III outbreak. You know, if anybody decides to jump, if anybody want to push that button, he's ready for the smoke. So this has the potential to lead to a World War III type of scenario as other countries start getting involved. So let's
Uh-huh.
continue. It says big explosions. Matter of fact, before I keep reading, I'm gonna say this. I'm not a big politics person. I'm not gonna fake like I am. I'm just seeing what everybody else saying, and I'm just bringing it out for the people who may not know. Let me say that first. So I'm not big on politics. I know just a little bit, not too much. I know enough, I should say. But let's continue. It says big explosions were heard before dawn in Kharkiv, I'm saying it right, and
That's
Odessa,
Kiev and Kharkiv.
Kharkiv,
Slogan. Yeah.
the water. As world leaders decry, right, the start of an invasion that could cause massive, massive casualties, topple Ukraine's democratically, goodness, Slovakia, elected government and threaten the post-Cold War balance on the continent. It says Ukrainians started fleeing some cities, and the Russian military claims to have incapacitated all of Ukraine's air defenses and air bases within hours. So it's a war going on. It's a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. It appears that it's not even a war. It sounds like it's a straight slaughterhouse that Russia is putting on Ukraine. Sound like it says
Oh.
President Volodymyr Zelensky declared martial law, saying Russia has targeted Ukraine's military infrastructure. Ukrainians who had long braced for the prospect of an assault, while never knowing precisely when it would come, were urged to stay home and not to panic as the country's border guard agency reported an artillery barrage by Russian troops from neighboring Belarus. I'm saying it right. So yeah, it's a war going on. It's a war going on in Ukraine and
Outside, no
Russia.
man is safe, bro.
Say it again, up.
Oh no, I said when you said it was war going on outside, I said there's a war going on outside, no man is safe. That's old mouth deep there. Salaki.
Kind of, it's all good. So it's a war going on, and Russia is invading. You know, and this could potentially grow worse, depending on how it play out. We gotta watch and see. We gotta sit back and watch it because ultimately, so like it points back to the science that Howard Shaw gave us. And we're gonna bring it up, but I do want to just get those who's watching up to speed what's going on for those who may not be aware. It says in a stark reminder of Russia's nuclear power, Putin warned that no one should have any doubts that a direct attack on our country will lead to the destruction and horrible consequences for any potential aggressor. So, in other words, if anybody get involved and try to attack us, we're gonna fight back. It's gonna get real. It's gonna get real. That's what Putin's saying. If we try to get involved, it's gonna get real. Don't nobody get involved. So it says He emphasized that Russia is one of the most potent nuclear powers and also has a certain edge in a range of state-of-the-art weapons. You know what? That's a fact. Um, yeah, Russia have this nuclear, what is it? Powered by water type of nuclear warhead called the SR what Sormat, aka the Satan II, something like that.
Huh.
Yeah, you can look it up. It's called the SR Sormat, something like that. So Russia is packing some serious nuclear power. Um, and he's ready for that. He's ready for anybody to get involved. And I think the Mossad going to put it on other countries' spirits to do that because that's what's going to happen. The Mossad right now is judging the world, judging the nations, and this is how he's doing it. But we're going to bring it out in the scriptures in a second. Let's read this last two paragraphs. It says, though the U.S. on Tuesday announced the repositioning of forces around the Baltics, Biden has said he will not send in troops to fight Russia. You doggone right. Don't do it. Don't do it. Biden know what's up. But really, this is what people was waiting for. They was waiting for a response from Biden and the U.S. to see what they're going to do. And um, if the United States got involved, you know what that means. Yeah,
Yeah,
World War
that's
III is
bad.
inevitable. It's
Yeah.
all out war. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's literally what everybody's waiting for. Once America say they getting involved, that it's a wrap because China coming, North Korea coming. You know what I'm saying? Germany's already, and that's just a few of Russia's allies. Those like the main ones though. You know what I'm saying? North Korea, China. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, them dudes, they ain't playing no games. But Germany is already. In fact, I just sent you an article too. I don't know if you can upload it to the screen or not, but it's the full article. I sent you a screenshot. It's only one page. It's on the one screenshot. But Germany is already delivering anti-tank weapons and missiles to Ukraine right now, and sending troops along with the Czech Republic and what is it, the Netherlands, and there's a couple
Uh,
people that sending aid as well and troops. So
we got it right here.
people, yeah, come on. People are getting involved. People definitely getting involved, but they just waiting to hear the big names. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, nobody's really moving until they see what the United States is going to do.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? The big dogs ain't moving until they see what the United States is about to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, uh, when it's all said and done, people tired, like people tired of America. You know what I'm saying? People tired of America. America is that's the world order right now. You know what I'm saying? It's America, a United States led world order right now. And what we witnessing possibly is the end of that. You know what I'm saying? But it might not be what everybody think though. It might not be on the lines of okay, America is falling. It could be on the lines of New World Order. We're going from an American or United States led world order to a new world order where everything is one. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. Con.
So we
Yeah.
gotta
So
look at this from every angle,
yeah.
not just what the media is showing us,
Right.
or telling us.
So yeah. So this is what you talking about that you sent to me about Germany. Just real quick. Yeah, it's on the CNBC. It says Germany backs Russia swift restrictions. Allies send Ukraine more weapons. It
Uh-huh.
says let me get it real quick. It says Germany will deliver weapons to Ukraine in a major policy shift after resisting Khaliv's previous calls for defensive weaponry. In its coalition agreement, the German government had agreed on a restrictive arms export policy that does not allow any weapons deliveries to crisis regions. The delivery of such weapons also has historical connotations post World War II. The Russian attack marks a change in times. It is our duty to support Ukraine as much as we can defending themselves. This is a quote. It's not me saying this. It's a quote. It says, it is our duty to support Ukraine as much as we can defending themselves against Putin's invasion army. Therefore, we will deliver 1,000 anti-tank weapons and 500 Stinger missiles to our friends in Ukraine. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz tweeted Saturday after a meeting with Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki, whatever his name is, and Lithuania's President Gitanas Nausėda. I'm saying it right. So, yeah, going back to what you were saying, you have Germany is pretty much fueling this this type of war. I mean, rightfully so. If that's their allies, of course they're gonna do that. But this thing could get ugly. You know what I'm saying? So if Germany, if Germany is doing that, then that could spark the what's the word I'm looking for? That can spark the what's the word I'm looking for? It could get Germany enemies involved basically, and say, okay, you're gonna do what? All right, we're gonna send Russia this, and it could just, what I'm saying, it could just continue to pick up steam. It could be a snowball effect, So, but all in all, the reason why we bringing this out is because ultimately this goes back to the Bible. This goes back to the scriptures. Hold on, give me one sec. This goes back to the scriptures of the signs of the times. That's why the title says the beginning of sorrows. So what we're seeing is not the end. This is the beginning of the end. And a series of events had to take place before it's all said and done. And this is a sign to look for. So let's jump to real quick. Let's get it, Matthew 24 and verse 3.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 3. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet.
So real quick. So he says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. That's happening right now. We've been hearing of wars for a long time, actually. For a long time, we've been hearing the wars. But this is more on the this is more, what's the word I'm looking for? More blown up because of the amount of media coverage is having.
Right.
So a lot of us hearing about this and we saying, okay, there's wars going on. But Christ already said we're going to hear wars and rumors of war. So it says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So he says, when we start to hear these things and see it, don't be afraid, because it got to happen. A lot of people that's, even in the faith, they will see this and they may get, a little panicky, may get a little, shooken up, because they're understanding that times is going to get real. But Christ said, look, don't be afraid of that. That's the sign for us. That's the sign for us that Hamashiach is on his way back. Hamashiach is on his way back. These things got to happen. It has to be a breakdown of world powers in society and people before his coming. And that's what's happening. We're seeing a breakdown of the entire world, not just America. A lot of people like to, focus all the attention on America. No, it's worldwide. It's global. It's a global thing. It has to be a breakdown of the world before Hamashiach comes back, and this is one of the ways: wars and rumors of wars. So believe. So you better believe this is not going to be the only time you hear about wars on the big scale. It's going to keep picking up, and it's going to keep escalating. This is only the start, and this may not even be the start of the end, because more things pertaining to prophecy has to happen outside of war. But this definitely is a sign of the beginning of the end. Keep going up.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes, and in diverse places.
Mm-hmm.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
You said what?
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
So it says nation going to rise against nation. Russia is a nation. Ukraine is a nation. The U.S. is a nation.
Mhm.
Nation shall rise against nation. But Christ said what? He says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. All these are the beginning of woes, of great distress, calamities, troubles, things of that nature. It's the beginning. It's not the end yet. So it's exciting, but we need not to get too excited because we come into some troubling times. We come into some troubling times, and it's going to try the faith of a lot of people.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I've been seeing a lot on social media. Uh, all praise to the Most High. Hashem Mashiach Yahushua.
Yeah,
We almost out of here, y'all, and this and the third, and it's like,
yeah,
hey, with much respect, go back to the scripture and read again. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because you know, this isn't necessarily a rejoiceful. That time isn't really a rejoiceful time.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on that the way you reacting right now, you likely probably ain't going to be reacting like that when it's really happening. You know
right.
what I'm saying? You're going to get a real big reality check. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of stuff that's going to be deeper than just, violence. It's going to be a lot deeper than just violence. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a spiritual thing going on too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
It's going to be violence and manners that we've never experienced before as well. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be things going on. A lot of us got children. You know what I'm saying? So, especially for the ones that's talking like that, they got children. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say that now. You know what I'm saying? Till you see some wild stuff going on with your kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going to fold. A lot of people going to fold. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going to fold from the stuff that's happening to them. You know what I'm saying? So we need to slow down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Slow down and let's just, pray.
Use this as motivation. You know what I'm saying?
And pray that the Most High give us the faith and the strength to endure to the end. You know what I'm saying? Don't get ahead of yourself on this joint right here, because a lot of us don't even know where we stand with them. Like we think we know where we stand with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep it a bundle with y'all. Look, I'm very patient. I said this is brother Earl. I'm real patient. You know what I'm saying? I'm not rushing nothing. Look, if I don't see the end of the world in my lifetime, guess what? All praise to the Lord. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because there's many
Yeah.
of prophets saying, woe to them that has to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a precept real quick before you speak, Z. I want to bring it out. This is Amos 5:18.
Uh,
And real quick before I bring this out, it's not to say to be fearful, because Christ has said don't be troubled, don't be scared, but to be to rejoice at it and to be happy that these things are happening. Yeah, you might want to pump your brakes, because scriptures say in Amos 5:18, it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? Because like you said, we don't know our own end. We don't know our own destiny. We don't know what's going to happen to us. So why are we desiring when the Most High is judging us? Why would we desire for the Most High to judge this whole entire earth? Because we all wicked, number one. But when He bring down judgment, it's going to be serious. It's going to be a terrifying time. But let
Uh,
me read it again. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So it's going to be a terrifying time. It's going to be a terrifying time. It's not gonna be pretty. So for us to be excited or happy, it's exciting times, because we seeing the prophecies coming to pass, and we seeing how things are unfolding, and we seeing the Bible live and direct. But to be happy and to want to can't wait for that to happen, it's a different story. We shouldn't desire that. We should just see it understand, recognize it, and continue to do what we got to do, or go harder and really get our souls right. See, nice film, shalom, shalom, shalom. But go ahead, Z. I know you had the point you wanted to make before we continue. Go ahead, bring it out.
All I was gonna say is it's a lot of brothers and sisters out here that's still moving about this world, going out to party, going out doing like they back in the world. And these same so-called same people that know and teach the truth. The reason why they out here still celebrating and stuff because they teach that you're going to be reincarnated into the kingdom. They teach that no matter what you do, it's all good. You know, the Most High is going to save Israel as a whole. When that's not true at all. A lot of stuff that's going on right now is going to see who truly riding for the Most High. Like, are you going to be lukewarm, or are you going to be cold, or are you going to be hot? And it's really going to be shown in these last days, and in particular this year, if you truly rocking with the Most High the way you say you do. You're supposed to be evolving in this truth. Each year you get past another year. You should be more wise, evolving into a perfect being. We by far is not perfect, but you should practice the perfect and righteous acts that you can do, and continue to do so.
Con,
That's all I want to say.
all praises.
Thanks.
Praises. So I would just send something where it talks about something called BRICS, BRICS. And I'm gonna read this real quick just to bring it out. But it says BRICS is the acronym coined to associate 5 major emerging economics. It says Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It says the BRICS members are known for their significant influence on regional affairs. Since 2009, the governments of the BRICS states have met annually at formal summits. India hosted the most recent 13 BRICS summit on the 9th of September 2021 virtually. So these 5 countries, they have a lot of power. They have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? They have a lot of pull. They have a lot of pull. And when these countries can incite certain things or incite wars, which can lead to greater conflicts, because they all have that certain they all have that pull, and they all have that influence, especially economically. So what Russia's doing, it can turn out to be worse. And of course, we all understand it's by the Most High, obviously. But this is the Most High stirring up their spirits to fight against each other. It's the Most High doing it. So that's why we gotta have the spiritual eyes to see and aware, because He's breaking down the nations. He's breaking it down. Go to Joel chapter 3 and verse 1 out. Joel chapter 3 and verse 1. The Most High is in control of all of this. He's the one that's stirring up the nations and getting them prepared to fight against each other. So Joel chapter 3 and verse 1.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them. Therefore, my people are for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
So real quick, it says He's going to gather all nations. He's going to gather all the nations and the superpowers together and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which it means, I believe it means the valley of decision, and will plead with them for my people. So the Most High is doing this for the behalf of Israel. Because remember, we scattered into every nation. We scattered to all nations. So the Most High is going to gather all these nations and to plead with them. Not pleading in the sense of you're going to break bread and ask them certain questions and make a deal. No, He's going to stir them up and cause a war between them. the Most High going to stir them up and cause a war, and the Most High going to break down these nations. And once he does that, then he's going to redeem us, our deliverance. Keep on.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all of the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? Or if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Oh, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
So real quick, so that's what's happening. When we seeing all these nations going to war with each other, they fighting against each other, and it's uprisings, and it's turmoil, and it's chaos. The Most High is doing that. Because why? He's turning the recompense upon their own head. This is the way the Most High is judging the nations, judging the worlds. That's how he's doing it. He's breaking them down and returning their recompense for what happened to us, basically, on our behalf. That's why when you read in the second Esdras, the second chapter, when the Most High was telling Ezra, the Most High did all these things for us. He smote Egypt for us. He delivered us safely through the waters. He did and is doing all that on our behalf for his chosen. So when we see these things, yeah, it's exciting, but we gotta, maintain our composure and continue to strive in the spirit, because it's going to get real. It's going to get real on our behalf.
So
keep going up. Where we at? Verse 8.
Verse 8. Come. Verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off. For the Most High have spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your.
That's what's happening. It says, proclaim among the Gentiles, dealing with the heathens. Prepare war and wake up all the mighty men. And this could, I'm not saying it is, I'm not going to say that that's what's happening, but this could be the thing that's going to get the nation stirred up. It could be, but we have to continue to watch and see how the prophecy is going to unfold. But this could be the very way the Most High is going to wake up and stir up the nations, all the Gentiles, because something's going to happen later on. We're going to read it. Something's going to happen later on. But we just read it. Basically, all nations are going to be gathered together and they're going to fight. It's leading up to that. It's leading up to all nations getting involved and them fighting. So what it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Keep going up.
Verse 9. No, so like in verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Be weakened.
Say it again.
It says be wakened, like wake up.
Oh, Salaki, come. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Golly. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Time out. He says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Hey, that's vicious. He's going to get them all together to him. And he's going to destroy them. He's going to destroy them. When he's judging, there is recompenses and action that's being taken place here. He's going to wake them all up, all the strong men, the men of war, the soldiers, the weaponries, and he's going to bring them together and he's going to destroy them. Essentially, he's going to destroy them. Read down to verse 14.
Come on. We at verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Most High is near in the valley of the decision.
Come, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So you have the BRICS, the names we just the countries we just named, and then you have NATO. So apparently BRICS is something that's against, I don't want to say against, but that's something that's contrary to NATO. So if these countries if these countries are getting stirred up and other allies get involved, it can, it can gather up all the other allied countries, and that can cause the gathering of all nations between the NATO and the BRICS. That can cause it, a whole gathering and assembly of all the nations. So this may not take place overnight. This may take a few months. It could take years, but this could be the way that this, everything pertaining to the nations could kick off. This is how it can kick off. So our job is just sit back, watch it, and be encouraged, and keep doing what we got to do. Because again, these are exciting times, and it's getting real. It's only going to get worse. It's not going to, breeze over and then it's going back to normal. No, it's going to keep picking up until eventually all nations are involved. And that's for sure going to happen. That's a fact. Eventually, all nations are going to get involved. So check this out, right? I don't know if this talked about much, but another sign to look for is very crucial. Hold on real quick. Hey, give me Revelation 16:6. I want to bring this up real quick, because as we also watch the signs of Hamashiach that told us kingdom against kingdoms and it's going to be wars, the thing that we got to understand that coincides directly to this or plays a major part in this is in this scripture here. Read Revelation 16:6 real quick. Let me try to pull this up.
Book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 6. For they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. And I heard another out of the altar say, even so, Lord God Almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of the Most High, which have power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain, and blasphemed the Most High of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
It says what?
That the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
That the way of the kings of the east may be prepared. Now, hold on real quick. Pause right there. Pause right there real quick. Let me see. Give me 1 sec. Because I want to bring this up. This is very important. Check this out, right? Let me share my screen. Well, matter of fact, let me give me 1 sec, Israel, because this is serious. So lock it. Watch this. Let me share my screen real quick. Once again, the reason why I'm reading this, because this is a very important piece of the prophecy. Check this out. Now I don't know what this is. What is this? Okay, check this out. So reading about the Euphrates. Look, it says Iraq could have no rivers by 2040. Government report warns. It says Iraq's Tigris and Euphrates River could run dry by 2040 because of the declining water levels and climate change, and a government report said on Thursday. So that's pretty much all I want. It says the rate of decline in water imports to Iraq has begun gradually and will decrease to 30% by 2035. The Ministry of Water Resources said the country's water inflows during the summer are estimated to be about 40 billion cubic meters. A decrease in supply to 30% of normal levels will result in Iraq receiving 11 billion cubic meters annually, the report said. So basically, remember, we just read, right? Read it again up.
What was that, verse 13?
Come.
No, verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
So, real quick, so the fifth angel poured out the vial, and it's impacting the river Euphrates, meaning the angel is causing this river to dry up to prepare the way of the kings of the east. Keep going up.
Verse 13. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come from out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty.
It says what?
Which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of God Almighty.
Right, so this river is drying up. This river Euphrates drying up. It's going to be a leeway for the kings of the east to come over or to pass over, so that all nations can be joined together for the final battle. So what we're looking at is this part of the prophecy is major, because we're looking at you can say a time clock.
Mm-hmm.
You can say you're looking at a clock for when the nation's going to be gathered all together and the kings of the east come, crossing over. Because once that river is dry, that's it.
It's on.
It's on. Once that river is dry, it's completely on. Now, the article was saying by 2040, it could be sooner or it could be longer. But it's given an estimated time, so you can see that we don't have much time left. And by this kicking off here with Russia and Ukraine, it's 2022. That's what, 18 years away?
Mm-hmm.
That's only 2 decades away.
Less than 2 decades.
Right, less than 2 decades. So the times we in, it's going to kick up more and more, especially by that river drying up. And you best believe, I bet you they watching it. I bet you the kings and the presidents and the rulers of these countries, I bet you they watching that river. I bet you they read this Bible and they watching it, and they understand, because once that happens, yeah, it's on.
I'm looking at pictures of it right now. It's parts that's plentiful.
Yeah,
but it's parts that really don't look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna get y'all pull up. Let me see, so people can, so Israel can understand how serious it is. Let me see real quick. Give me 1 sec, family. I'm gonna try to pull this up for y'all. Let me see real quick. I'm gonna do the most recent 2021. I'm gonna do that. So lock it. Look at this. Hold up. Let me share my screen again. Check this out. Look how serious it is. You think it's a game? Look at this. You think it's a game? Can y'all see this?
Look
at this. At one point, all this was water. At one point. Look at this. Look at this. Yo, this was all water at one point. Look at that. Look you see in the corner how low it is? Look at that. It's drying up, y'all. It is drying up. Look at this. Look at that. Yo, it's declining. All this was water. All that back here, because Euphrates is one of the major rivers of the world. Or over there, I should say, of that world. Look how it's drying up. So read again in the fifth angel.
You see, verse 10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness. And they gnawed their tongues for pain, and blasphemed the Most High of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates. And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Look at this, man. This Bible is a living book. This Bible is a living book. Middle East running out of water.
No, it was tampered with.
No, sir. This Bible is alive, it's real, and it's living.
No, it's a white man to use us to enslave us, huh?
Right, exactly. Right. A tool to enslave us. This is a living book. Look at, you can see the land right. Look at this.
Yeah.
You can see the land right here. At one point, this was all water. Look at that. That's a lake now. That's a stream now. It's not a river. That's a
barely that.
You can walk over it.
It's a creek. It's on a creek now.
It's a creek. It's a creek. So hold on, let me and my pots. Shalom, Ma. We got the brother Mapas, the battle axe in here.
Shalom.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, up.
Man, it's getting real.
Yeah.
It's getting real.
Listen, it's a pond.
It's a pond.
But see, look though. I'm gonna say this right. You got a lot of people that's gonna try to stay in their wickedness and stay in their way and be like, shoot, it ain't dry yet, so I still got time. You feel me? I can still do what I'm gonna do and try to stall it out. Not even realizing you don't got tomorrow promise. You feel me?
Right. Come on. So we have the sons of Hamashiach saying, nations gonna fight against nations and wars, and then we also have the sign of the river Euphrates drying up. We should really be watching for that as well. As much as we watch for the wars going on, we should be watching for that river, keeping an eye on it every so often, because that's a key indicator. Like I said, it's a time clock, and it's winding down.
Yep.
It's winding down, and that's going to be a major piece for the Most High to bring all nations together to plead with him in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And he's going to destroy the nations. We at the end. Well, we at the beginning of the end, I should say. These are the last days, but this is the beginning of the end. Go to Psalms 110. Psalms 110 and verse 5.
It's the book of Psalms 110 and verse 5. The Most High at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
He says what?
The Lord in thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
So it says the Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. So everything that we see stirring up, it's his wrath brewing. It's his wrath brewing. It's stirring up. He's stirring up the nations to smite them with the right hand, to destroy them. Keep going, last verse.
He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall
judge among the heathen, because it's going to be a war amongst the heathens. Now us, Israel, we're going to be chilling. This is not our war. You understand? This is not our war. The Most High is taking care of this. Our job is to sit back and watch him work
Uh,
and keep the faith and stay in the spirit and stay away from sin. That's our job. But the Most High, He gonna destroy the nations. And it says what? He shall fill the places. What places? That place of battle, that final battle. Matter of fact, real quick, did we read in verse 16 in Revelation?
I don't think we did.
So I'm gonna finish this real quick, and then we could jump back to about verse 14 and read down. But it says, "He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries." That's prophecy of many countries, the NATO, the BRICS, and all these, including the third worlds as well. But He's gonna judge the heathens. And there's going to be many dead bodies. It's going to be a full-blown, massive casualty session that the Most High going to bring upon all nations. So yeah, I don't think we finished that in Revelation. You can.
Nah, I'm going to it right now. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of what great day of God Almighty.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk.
What?
Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk. Lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
So this says, "Behold, I come as a thief." Meaning what? He's going to come when you least expect it.
Mm-hmm.
A thief not going to come when you prepare and ready, because you're already ready for the thief. You know when he's coming. But when you in the house, you chill, you relaxed, everything going smooth, can't nothing go wrong, and then boom, hit you just like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how my shot going to come. And he says, look, he says what? Behold, I come quickly. So he says, "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth." We supposed to all be watching these prophecies unfold. We gotta watch what's happening, because these are indicators of what's to come, or what's going to happen. And the Most High only gave certain men to understand this. Men that He chose to wake up in this truth. That's going to understand what's happening in the world. The rest of the world, they are completely blindsided. They have no clue. Like Malika said, some don't even care what's going on. You got people still worried about turning up and partying and revelings and just into all kind of follies. Focus on running the bag up, focusing on that, becoming millionaires. Meanwhile, you have major prophecies unfolding. Where it's going to change the whole entire world.
Bro, I feel curious about how a lot of these people, who probably just fell out the truth recently, is taking this. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shorties out there who I wonder to myself, like, do you really think that them crystals and that sage is gonna save you from this?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people deep in their spirit, they know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people's afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a certain fear of what can happen to us from the Most High going into this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially knowing like Zeke said earlier, you're not gonna get reborn in the kingdom. Either you're gonna make it or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So going into this knowing that it's a test that you can't redo, it is scary. You know what I'm saying? And in that sense, it is scary. So, it's real. It's getting real. But most importantly, I do want to say this for those who have been going all backsliding or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You still got time, so you better get up now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stall on it.
Con. Yeah, you cannot stall on this.
Hey, yo.
Like, people don't really realize how. Go ahead, Zeke. Go ahead real quick, Zeke. Because you ain't really been saying too much. Go ahead.
All I was gonna say is if people was really paying attention to the signs and times, like 2018, you got the blood moon. in the middle of that 2018, you got the tsunamis, the hurricanes. They talking about the super volcanoes, and going into 19, you got people getting kidnapped, killed, lynched, all that stuff. Now we're going into this year, for real. Here comes the wars.
Mm-hmm.
How many more signs do you need?
COVID.
And how hard are you paying attention?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been going downhill since COVID too. Remember that? Everybody was talking about it's going back to normal.
Right.
People were getting mad.
Normal.
People was getting upset with us just for saying like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
They never going back. You feel me?
Bro, though.
So like I said the other day, if they bought up all the guns and the ammo and they went crazy buying food and the toilet paper over a sickness, what you think they gonna do for something like this? It's about to get retarded.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of this could help bring in the famine. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because and then you see. Yeah.
I got a video a couple weeks ago, and I ain't even posted a video, but a couple weeks ago, I was just at the Giants in between me and you, Pops.
Mm-hmm.
And the joint, the whole produce section empty, the whole meat section, like completely nothing. You know what I'm saying? No fruits, no vegetables, no chicken, no steak, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that joint was And look, even the lunch meat, was gone.
Yeah.
Go at the deli, they ain't had nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like we saying it's slowly happening, and it started at the rise of COVID, but it's slowly happening. We seeing the shelves dwindle down. You know what I'm saying? Month by month, and it's getting lesser and lesser. You know what I'm saying? We seeing less and less. Some stuff they haven't even restocked yet. It's some stuff that's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, man, get your houses in order for real. And I'm gonna tell y'all, like, people really don't realize because we was taught this globe Earth, right? Because we see the map of the world and we see America right here. It might be vice versa because of the camera. America right here, you know what I'm saying? And then you see, the Europe over here, and then Africa right here, and all that stuff, right? But if you understand that we on a flat Earth, and you really look at the map, I mean, shoot, you can probably pull up on your GPS, just look at the map of the world. Yo, America and Russia is only like 60 miles apart. A lot of people don't realize that. We right next door. It's nothing. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's an island. It's a little island, a little Russian island sitting right in between, what is it, Uelin, Russia, and Wales, Arkansas. Not Wales, Arkansas. Wales, Alaska. You know what I'm saying? We close. We neighbors. We real close. You know what I'm saying? We real close. You know what I'm saying? And look, and another fun fact for you, it gets real cold up there. When it gets cold enough, the water freezes. You can actually walk from the United States to Russia. So yeah, that's how serious it is. Like, come on, man. You know, it's nothing for them to do whatever they want to do. But we gotta stay prayed up and keep that faith. We supposed to do according to the Most High and His Word, His Scripture.
Listen, because y'all reminded me. Y'all mentioned about, I think the Pot said something about this could be this war could potentially be the cause of a famine, things like that. Because I'm gonna read it real quick. This is on CNN. Take it with a grain of salt, but it says President Joe Biden on Thursday unveiled harsh new sanctions on Russia. Now, for those who don't know what a sanction is, it's an economic penalty. So it says punish the country for its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, calling out Russia President Vladimir Putin for his aggression, even as he acknowledged it would take time for the new measures to alter Putin's behavior. It says Putin is the aggressor. Putin chose this war, and now he and his country will bear the consequences. Biden said, laying out a set of measures that will impose severe cost on the Russian economy, both immediately and over time. It says the new sanctions include export blocks on technology, a centerpiece of Biden's approach that he said will severely limit Russia's ability to advance its military and aerospace sector. He also applied sanctions on Russian banks and corrupt, quote unquote, corrupt billionaires and their families who are close to the Kremlin. Reads one last part. It says Biden insisted his threat to directly sanction Putin remains on the table and is, quote unquote, not a bluff. But he didn't answer when asked why he hasn't directly sanctioned the Russian president yet. So the reason why I'm bringing this out, right? By United States putting the sanction on Russia, remember, we just read, I read earlier about how the BRICS, you have, what was it? Let me go back to it because I'm all over the place right now. The BRICS consist of Brazil, Russia, India, and China in South Africa. Now, peep this. By Biden doing that, putting the sanction on Russia, that can make China go, wait a minute. Y'all get your stuff from us. We're going to put a sanction on you if you put a sanction on Russia. So that can cause a lot of stuff. A lot of imports and exports can be blocked because we get mostly everything from China. Food, clothes, technology, almost everything, it comes from China. So by Biden doing that, that can make China go like, hold on, y'all doing that? All right, we're going to sanction you then. We're going to block the exports. We're going to block the imports. We're going to block your banks. And that can cause, that can stir up more conflict, more tension. Because, China and Russia, not China, China don't like America already.
Hey, look, we seen a little glimpse of it back when Trump was in office. Remember, he was blocking them. It was to the point where you couldn't even buy technology. Like, you couldn't get a phone. Like, people was like, damn, you can't even get a phone from over in China. Like, you know me, I like using stuff that's not American made. So I had my little Huawei phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing my thing, joint icy. You know what I'm saying? I hear this. I'm like, oh, I had to set my phone up as if though I was coming from Canada or somewhere else, just so I could set my phone up. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, you wasn't able to use nothing like, and for real, at that time, surprisingly, China, they took that on the chin. You know what I'm saying? Because they could have stopped. I mean, I guess because it's a money thing, but they could have stopped us from getting imports from them easily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's a money thing. And when you get into the money, you know what I'm saying? Now this is the flip side. This is the flip side of everything that was discussed thus far. You know what I'm saying? We gotta realize we can't remember, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we can't forget that there's spiritual wickedness in high places. You know what I'm saying? Putin, Biden, Trudeau, all these people, they just faces. They just puppets. They nobody. Right. They're made to seem like they're the ones that's in charge. They're the ones that's doing things. You know what I'm saying? But there's elite people that's behind all this, that's funding this, that's causing this to go down. You know what I'm saying? We got to remember, like you said earlier, like the scripture says, there's things that still got to take place. You know what I'm saying? So, right now we're witnessing inflation here in the States. We're witnessing inflation. Everything's getting higher. You know what I'm saying? They crashing. They trying to crash the American dollar, the USD. You know what I'm saying? These are all things that have to take place so they could push that globalism, so they could push this one world thing. You know what I'm saying? This new world order. Because remember I said something earlier about an American-led world order, right? So they try to issue that out. They try to push that out right now and get it to be a one world thing. You know what I'm saying? So right now we're witnessing the collapse of the American dollar. You know what I'm saying? We all know that the American dollar reigns supreme over every other currency in the world. They take American dollars everywhere. You know what I'm saying? A lot of places, most places prefer American currency over their own currency. You know what I'm saying? So they got to knock that out first. They on their way to doing that. And this war is going to be a way to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to understand, Russia is no weakling. You know, say whatever they want in school. Google can say whatever they want, make it seem like America is just that. But Russia ain't no chump. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you right now, they got stuff, and they ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? And they also doing cyber stuff too. They can get over here, doing using what is it, cybernetics, I guess. I don't know. But they can use they can breach cyber security. You know what I'm saying? Shut down our banks, shut down our money. You know what I'm saying? Got going on. That's why they pushing. That's why over the last few years you've seen a rise in cryptocurrency. Right. Pushing cryptocurrency real heavy. They pushing the metaverse real heavy. You know what I'm saying? So you can run away from reality and live your reality cyberly. You understand what I'm saying? Have money cyberly that they can't touch, that you can use wherever. Instead of having a tangible, you know what I'm saying, piece of currency, fiat currency. Currency, you know what I'm saying? So they get to that so they can get the one world currency jumping off. That's an economic reset. You know what I'm saying? Then you got what I said? I said something about attacking the dollar. You know what I'm saying? What else? Oh, the one world.
I got something to add for you.
Yeah, what's up?
I got something to add on to that. So you talking about the New World Order? Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
So you talk about the New World Order and this vaccination shot. Well, real deal. If we take a look at the research, it was actually a documentation back in the 80s how they was already implicating something talking about the COVID-19 shot, and with Bill Gates developing this stuff, he already made it clear how he's using this to New World Order. So this all took place way before.
Go back about 5 seconds. You got blacked out for a quick second.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, come on.
Can you hear me now? Okay, come on. So I was saying, like, to add on to what you were saying with the New World Order joint, the COVID-19 and this whole COVID shutdown was already planned back in the 80s. And 84, it was this person that was in Congress that talked about this back when Bill Clinton was in office. Also, how they was gonna implicate this when Bill Gates made the vaccination to make us the women sterile. I mean the men sterile and the women infertile, and all this was set up to pretty much implicate this into this time. So this was all planned before all this even happened. So they already knew they was gonna do this way before this was gonna happen, because this was, again, go to the Bible, was part of the crafty council. And ain't nothing too much to add on to it. That's why I was just gonna add on to what you were saying already.
Hey, look, but that was perfect because I ain't know none of that though, for real. And I'm gonna tell you, like, taking a step further. Remember, they had that Illuminati card game that came on in the '80s too, where they was talking about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they was all out there. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you, that one world religion. They pushing that. They trying to push out. It's to the point now where they even try to push out Christianity, Islam, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? They try to push out everything. You know what I'm saying? And anything that has to do with scripture. You know what I'm saying? They try to push all that stuff out. You know what I mean? So that's another thing we gotta look at too. So at the end of the day, the only way they're gonna be able to do everything that they try to do is it's gonna be like a bunch of resets. That's one, but it's gonna be through chaos, conflict, and man, I don't know. Like that joint, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a collapse. Chaos, conflict, and a collapse. You know what I'm saying? Chaos amongst the people. People run around like chickens with their heads cut off. Conflict between the nations. And the collapse of the currency. You know what I mean? Collapse of the world. Famines, pestilences. You know what I'm saying? So it's looking ugly. But us that's following the Most High, we know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Wholeheartedly. Go harder. Straight like that.
And then they want the one world religion. You know what I mean? With the AIs. It's a lot of stuff that they want to do, bro.
Yeah, I was for you to elaborate on that because you know more about that than me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What it was called, Way of the Future. I think that's what it's called, Way of the Future. Where they wanted AI. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they want all religion. Yo, it's in the book.
One world religion.
Yeah, look, right. It's in the New World Order book in a summary that religion will be ruled out, and it will be a new religion of man and his mind. You did? So getting this close and seeing what they trying to do, you know what I'm saying, having a one world religion called Way of the Future, where you worship an AI. Come on.
It tied right into what's going on right now with this.
It's tied into the chip in the hand, it's tied to the chip in the mind, in the brain, and it's tied to the metaverse. It's tied to a lot of stuff. Computer brain interfacing. Yeah, it's tied into a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we enter into an interesting time.
Yeah. You know not to mention, you know, there's gonna come a time where they're gonna make it where it's like, man, we've been saying and hearing this for years, but the middle class is being wiped out. Like, we really seeing it now. It's about to be literally just like a societal, you know, it's gonna be rich and poor, and that's it. Ain't gonna be brown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I heard people saying that.
Hey, so you know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
not only rich and poor, the unvaccinated against the vaccinated. You know.
Hey, man, I'm saying that.
Nah, hey, it's still going on, bro. It's still happening. It's gonna get worse.
Hey,
yeah. Nah, though. Let me stop though, but for real though, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy though, man. It's crazy. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna happen. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna happen. Like, yo, this time that we entering is like, son, we gonna be able to point the finger at a lot of people and say, I told you so as well. A lot of people is gonna be able to do that when it comes to family members, co-workers, and etc. You know what I'm saying, that didn't believe that this was happening, that this was going to happen, all the way down to Bible prophecies amongst other Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? A brother saying, look, this was going to happen. I told y'all, I warned y'all, this was going to happen. And I feel like this is going to be like probably like the first time where a lot of people is going to be able to see who was the false prophets against who was the real prophets. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro. It's going to get extreme, but yeah, it's heating up though. It's heating up. You know what I'm saying? It's still seals that got to be unsealed, and there's still trumpets that got to be blown. So, hey, yeah, Hey, pull out that second address real quick. I was looking for my apocrypha. I left my joint downstairs. Pull that out. You see the text? You see the text that he put in the chat?
Yeah, second address.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's a lot on there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop my joint real quick. Hold on real quick.
Yeah, man.
Salagi. I'm back. I know I've been gone for a hot second.
Hey, bro, man. I almost smacked my phone, dad. Don't do that again, man.
Oh man, Salagi. God. So let's get it, man. Let's pick it back up. I got a few more left. I ain't got a lot more left. So all praise to the Most High for brothers bringing out the edification. But let's pick it up to at second Esdras 15 to 14 real quick.
Come on, here we go.
Salaki.
It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right. So great sorrow and grief says to the world and them that dwell therein, because obviously things going to heat up, it's going to get real, it's going to get worse, things not getting better, and it's not going back to normal. So it's going to be a great grief and sorrow in every country that's on the earth, because things are heating up, not just between country, not just war, but plagues and spiritual events that's taking place in the earth. So it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Keep going.
Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
And we see that taking place right now as we speak.
Uh,
This could be the start of a future event of a great catastrophe, but we seeing that happen. The
hey,
sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand. Go ahead, Op.
look, and Ukraine got their civilians out there. Like
Yeah,
I mean, they civilians, like the women and children, they putting them out, but the men gotta stay. You
yeah,
know, and shoot, man, you even got the Klitschko brothers over there, right? The Vladimir, the champions, they fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they ain't get like they sitting out everybody. You know what I mean? They
yeah.
stand, they standing.
What they say, 18 to 40 something that they couldn't leave the
18
city.
to 60, 18 to 60 old men out there.
18 to dang.
Yeah,
Get
Dang.
caught up though.
one good one left in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to look Slavic.
Keep going up.
Come, where we at? Verse 15? No,
16.
it's Salakia. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Mhm.
A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Mhm.
And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread. And for great tribulation, behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one another, to like one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I also do, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Most High.
So we see that's it. We can stop there at the water. So we can see it's the Most High that's doing this. The Most High is doing this. He's getting the nations ready together, and he's doing it by different measures. Like y'all said, I think Mayaka mentioned about the cyber attacks. They doing it by biologically, not biochemically. They doing it resource wise. So it's different ways the Most High is getting his people ready to fight against each other. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to just be by guns and tanks, but there's other ways to further instigate a war between ruling nations, ruling countries.
Bro, the Most High in that joint like, Putin, you just gonna take that? You gonna let him just say that to you?
Right, just instigating it, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I know you ain't gonna let him just talk to you like that.
Hey, yo.
Most High gonna rattle it up though.
Hit him with the
Yeah.
what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Right.
What you gonna do though? Yeah.
Right. Come on. So let me get this real quick. And Haggai 2:22 real quick. Matter of fact, I'll read it. Let me get it real quick. Yeah, the Most High is stirring them up, and he's instigating them to get them riled up, because ultimately going to lead to that final battle in the valley of Jehoshaphat.
That jigaboo stirred on him.
So this Haggai 2:22, it says, "And I will overthrow the throne of the kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen, and I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them. And the horses and their riders shall come down, every one by the sword of his brother." That's what the Most High mean when he said he's going to plead with all flesh, or plead with all the nations. He's going to overthrow them. It's not going to be no talking or sitting at a round table discussing and making agreements and signing treaties. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not happening. He's going to overthrow them because of what they just chosen, and because of the times we live in. The beginning of sorrows, like Hamashiach said. So we're in some exciting times, y'all. We're in some exciting times. It's getting crazy. What's good, Op?
I want to pull a scripture real quick.
You got it.
2nd Ezra 16. I'm gonna start at 13. It says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
Mm-hmm.
So when the Most High start to do it, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna go back to how you wanted it to go. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Con.
I'm serious. Like people can forget about it. So it's just like in the days of Noah.
Yeah.
People was marrying and eating, drinking, whatever, until it got real. So that's what we looking at. It's crazy, man. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's like when you read about the days of Noah, and you like, man, shoot, I wasn't alive back in those times.
Right.
There you go. This is our days of Noah. You feel what I'm saying? You got the people that's helping build the ark, and you got the people that's laughing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm excited though. I ain't gonna lie.
It's exciting.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And ultimately, it's leading up to our redemption.
Yep.
It's leading up to our redemption and our deliverance. That's why, Christ said, Hamashiach said, I'll read it real quick in Luke 21:28. He says, and when these things begin to come to pass, meaning when you start to see these signs happen, he says, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Our redemption is coming. His return for our salvation is getting close. And that's why, that's why a lot of people, for the most part, are excited, but of course, we're not supposed to be excited about the day of the Lord, but we're understanding that our time is coming. Our time to get out of here is coming close. That's why when we see these things, we got to use this as encouragement to really go hard, to really do, what we can to get our spirits right, to get our faith strong, because faith are going to be, our deliverance. That faith in the Most High for deliverance, that's gonna be the thing that's gonna, get us out of here, for lack of better terms. I couldn't put it together right, but you get what I'm saying. That faith is going to be our deliverance. Of course, with the works, but when we have faith in the Most High, that's going to do it right there. So these signs, they are exciting. We see it happening. It's not a speculation. It's not a conspiracy. No, it's happening. The words are alive and is living. So our redemption coming close. I'll read again. It says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And I'll jump down to verse 36. Last one I'll bring out. It says, watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And that's the ultimate thing we need to be doing, is watching and praying always, that we may be found worthy inside the Most High to escape all these troubles, all these woes and sorrows, and be crowned by Hamashiach. So us seeing these signs, it's not to get, not to get scared, not to get alarmed and frightened, but understand that what's happening.
Hey, bro. I wanted to end on that note, but you just provoked me to bring this out.
Bring it up.
I feel like I gotta bring it out right now because it goes so good with what you said, bro. Especially the end part. But I'm gonna start from the top and just think about this because this is real on point with what you just read and what we seeing right now. You feel me? Second Ezra 16-68. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So we know all of that drama is written, that it is going to be drama that is going to come upon the ones that do fear the Most High. That's just straight up. Everybody not going to go untouched. Some people is going to be martyrs. Verse 71, it says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. There you go. Verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid now the doubt, for God is your God, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord God. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. You see what I'm saying? So again, some words of encouragement. If that's something that people is going through, which a lot of us, mostly all of us are, you got to read this and believe it. That, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is really, he like the coach in the corner saying, look, I'm going to throw in a towel, meaning I'm going to take you out if you don't pick it up. You dig what I'm saying? So we got to pick it up and we got to go hard, because this is like, it's like the championship. It's like all the time that we stood outside in the rain, in the cold, in the heat, and we taught the word, and then all of the persecution that we get from our loved ones, family and friends, even people that's inside of the nation that don't really know much, you know what I'm saying, that go against us for the sake of the word of the Messiah. It's like, this is the big prize. So you don't want to get this close and then just say, man, should I give up? I can't go like that. I can't. So
you can't go like that. Yup.
I'm gonna just read this last part, and that's all I got on it. It says, verse 77 says, woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities. Woe meaning, y'all know, death and destruction. Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through. It is left undressed and is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith. So once again, we encourage them to repent, keep the commandments, and be baptized. Straight up. Repent, keep the commandments. Yeah, keep watch.
Keep watch. Don't be so caught up in your everyday life where you're not paying attention to the prophecies, because that's when Hamashiach gonna creep up on you, and that's it. You know, live your life, but do not get caught up in the world. You gotta keep watch.
Yeah,
you gotta keep watch.
It's a million scriptures that can be brought out, but I think we tackled the point though.
Yeah.
I don't make it too long drawn out. We tackled the point. Y'all know what to do. Do that.
So y'all see, family, this thing right here. My bad. I mean, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna pass it to you.
Hold on, I want to say nothing. Yeah.
Oh, so as y'all can see, it's the beginning of sorrows. It's heating up. It's about to get real. You know, you can't fumble. Keep going. Push for the mark. You gotta push for the mark. So, like we all say, it's exciting times, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So that's all I got. You know, if anybody got, any questions, in the comments, concerns, y'all can drop me in the chat before we close out. But I hope, everybody's paying attention and y'all really getting your spirits right, because it will get worse. It will turn up. Best believe it's going to turn up. So any questions, comments, concerns before we close out? Go ahead, Z.
First and foremost, I think this might be a riot. Dark skin a riot with the locks out DC. If that's you, hey man, Shalom, King.
That's the out right there, man. That's the out. All praise to the Mosa. He tuned in.
Shalom.
But yeah.
Shalom.
There's a question in there concerning Gog and Magog. There's a few comments up, from the brother.
Let me see. I seen somebody. I don't know. Would you say be entering into a due dimension? I had no idea what that means. I don't know what that means. A due dimension? I don't know. I don't know. But y'all good? Your brothers got anything?
Nah,
Anything goes?
repent and be baptized.
Yeah,
Gone.
The real baptism. The
Gone.
one Yahweh Shah did. That's all I gotta say.
Gone. In the water.
In the water. In the physical water.
Physical water.
Yeah, straight up.
the physical water.
Receive the Spirit.
Full immersion.
Right. Ain't nothing gonna jump out and bite you. You know what I'm saying? Do that.
Why you doing the righteous act? But you know, hey man, this is all we got for you this Shabbat.
Right.
For Ezekiel, tribe of Judah, Mapash Yashala, Battle Axe, and Daryaka Shah, I'm Mayaka Vessel, Farm Israel.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. All
Shalom,
praise to
Shabbat
the Lord.
Shalom, family.
Shalom, family. Hey, love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. All praise to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? How about Shemi Shabbrakatham to all y'all? And your households be blessed, your families be blessed and protected. Yeah. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah.
Shalom.